budget, more so what has been tabled in Parliament from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania and Rwanda. Now, in the Kenyan perspective, the the Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury, Henry Rotich, has said that he has directed the Capital Markets Authority to provide policy proposals to increase competitiveness in Kenya. And in so doing, he is saying that this is going to help ease the cost of doing business in Kenya. And of course, one of those other things that was mentioned is the transfer pricing for multinationals, which will be discouraged. Now, for more in-depth analysis on what this means for capital inflows, I have Anthony Mwithigia. He is the CIO of Commercial Bank of Africa. Many thanks, Anthony, for joining us. Now, with regards to the proposals that will be directed to the Capital Markets Authority in order to increase competitiveness, now we did get a key highlight or even more details from the minister. He just mentioned it as a statement, as a standalone statement. For you, what do you take from this? What kind of proposals would you be looking at when it comes to competitiveness?
Thank you. Yeah. Anytime when you talk about or you try to mention transfer pricing in relation to multinational operating in any country, and specifically Kenya, it shows that there's a need for two things. One, government to encourage multinational operating in Kenya to by and large use local services which are in many cases available from their head offices, and reduce over reliance of the normal things like technology and other consulting services from their head office. The direct implication to investment for that is two. One, it shows that the government is keen to retain generated revenues from those multinationals locally, and secondly, to grow local talent in provision of those services.
Which are some of the ways multinationals are using transfer pricing to repatriate taxes that should have remained in the host country, in Kenya, for instance? The
usual and the most common one is expertise and centralized services. Most multinationals, even local companies in Kenya, have decentralized a lot of their services. These services center from the support services to any business. IT and technology is one of them. Internal audit is one of them. Others are related to supporting the business in terms of the non-core functions of the business. And huge multinationals have invested heavily in their head offices on those services. So to a large extent, they'll want to provide those services from their original jurisdictions by flying in out consultant expatriates from that.
Of course, the key winner for this, of course, will be the Kenya Revenue Authority, because they'll get more revenues if they're able to seal some of these loopholes. But looking at it from the issue of multinationals that are coming to set up, is that going to pose a challenge? Because Kenya is becoming one of those destinations that has attracted a lot of FDIs. We've seen a lot of multinationals, the likes of GE, the likes of Visa, and even Safaricom, with 40% owned by Vodafone. When you look at it from the perspective of new business, does it have posed a challenge?
No, the statement from the minister is very well put. Yeah. Its proposals have been put in to handle the issue of transfer pricing. That means most of these multinationals will actually be the ones to submit those proposals and harmonized together with the tax authorities and of course the audit firms who are working on them. So it's mainly, to a large extent, harmonizing it and making it I would say convenient and suitable for both government and these multinationals. It cannot be punitive because it's a global phenomena. It's an acceptable way of doing business, and it's not a connotation to tax evasion. All right.